All right, day one at FACEIT Stage 2 finals is over. I'm here with dupreeh, and we've got a pretty good scenery going on around here. But well, seeing as let's just get right into it. Seeing as you lost in at ESCA, you went out in the last place of the group. Were you worried at all that this was going to happen again? Seeing as it was only best of one again.
Well, kinda. I mean, the good thing here is that if you actually lose, like the elimination match of the groups will be best of 3. So I mean, like, you won't lose a best of 1 only and then go out. So I think that's a good thing. Now we won both our best of 1s, and that's a good feeling, obviously. But of course, I guess everyone was a little bit worried about it could happen again, because best of 1s can be random. But we came here a little bit more prepared than we did for ECA. So yeah, and overall, I think everyone might have had the thought it might happen, but I don't think it was like people expecting or something. So yeah.
So what did you think in the first place going into this group? Because you had Fnatic and NIP, both obviously very good teams. What was your thought process?
Overall, I'd say it was the better group for us, because NIP is not on their optimal level right now. As well, I guess everyone could see that. They're having some problems, but I think they're getting into it. And Fnatic, we've always played good against Fnatic, so we don't fear Fnatic at all. So overall, it's teams that we feel confident about. So it's not like we're gonna go out and play scared or anything. So whereas you have teams like Virtus Pro and Navi, which is teams that we have in the history have more problems with. So overall, I'm glad that we got in that group, honestly.
All right. First off, you were against NIP. That was a Mirage, and you had a really good CT side. You had the 11-4 CT side. Because did it feel like they weren't really running any strats? What did it feel like to you the first side of the match?
I don't know. I think we got off to the better start. They won the pistol round, and then they lost like a 5-man eco. I don't think they killed anyone in the second round. Yeah. Well, that just proves that pistols are overpowered. As I always say, like, second round buys are so overpowered. So we won that one, and then it just went. We just got off to a really good start. Everything, the communication was really good, and then they started picking up a double up setup, I think, and they got 2 rounds off that until we actually started adapting to that. And then we just took 1 round at a time, and we won 11-4. I think we won the yeah. And so overall, just the communication was good, and people hit their shots. So,
well, still on their CD side, they still managed to pick up the pistol round and somehow get off of that. Basically, it was until like 13-12, I think, before you got on a horse basically back. What about your T side? Why do you think it ended up being that close?
Well, we started off throwing the pistol round as terrorists. We should have had that round. I think we had a 4-3 plant situation, and I don't think people communicated as well, and people might have missed their shot, so they got that round, which we should have won. And then they won the first buy round as well. They got some pretty easy kills, and also some SMG kills in the first buy round, so they got a bank going. And it just seemed hard for us in the beginning to figure out what we want to do. But then we just need to chill. Then working through go through our strat, but what can we do against stuff like that? How do they play? And then in the end, we just figured out a good way to approach them, and we got the kills that got us around. So in the end, we just took them from there.
Well, you already mentioned that you weren't scared at all going into the match against Fnatic. You ended up going 12-3 as CT, and then again they won the pistol. I mean, they kind of got off to a good start. They actually got 7 rounds of CT before you started catching up. Is that the same thing? Is that like you just trying to adapt to it? Is it taking just more time than you think?
Both yes and no. We learned a lot from our game against them on ECA. The thing was we played a little bit too passive as CT. We changed it up a lot and played a bit more aggressive, not allowing them to put up all their smoke goes and all those tactics they usually put out. And then in general, just the terrorist side. Well, we lost the pistol round. We don't think we should have lost that either. And they won the first. We forced up in the 3rd round, and we lost that as one-on-one. And like, so they just won all the clutches in the end. But then, yeah, we just started adapting how they played, and we got the kills that was needed. And you know, it's always tough playing against Fnatic as well. It just comes down to who hits the shot and who doesn't, and who gets the right read. Like, it's so tough every time.
You said that Navi and Virtus Pro are among the teams that you have problems with or have had the problems with in your history. You're probably gonna meet up with one of them in the first round of playoffs, because they're gonna match up with Kinguin. Who do you think out of those 3, alongside Kinguin, is the better matchup for you?
Well, I'd say I probably want to face Virtus Pro the most. I think it's been some time since we've actually played them. I think last time was at Starladder. So I kind of want to play against them as well, because we haven't really played them in a long time. So I just want to prove that we can also beat them if it happens. Navi's obviously a really good team. They just won like East Overseas like a few days ago as well. So they probably have a lot of confidence going as well. But honestly, I don't really care. I want to beat the best people out there, so just bring it on.
All right, bring it on then. So that was the last question of our interview. Do you have any last words? Shout out to fans, sponsors?
Just the quick shout out to everyone that support us, obviously TSM and all of our sponsors, and then just for all the fans around here as well, everyone that's been approaching us and then cheering for us, and well, thanks to all my personal supporters, which is my girlfriend and my family.
All right, so that was the second interview from FACEIT Stage 2 finals. I mean, you can wish for anything better. I mean, anyway, that was the second interview. See you tomorrow for some other ones from FACEIT Stage 2 finals.